Hi, my name is Crystal McBride. I am from Elon University School of Law, and I'm a 3L. And my fall term, I'm going to be concentrating on business litigation, real property, wills, and trusts. Prior to going to law school, I was a human resources executive, and I worked with multiple people across multiple nations. Different countries. I had a lot of exposure to Asian and European counterparts, and we would work in tandem with each other to reach our goals or our objectives for whatever it was the companies wanted us to do. So coming into law school, I knew that employment law was something I was interested in, and I knew that I needed an international base for any area of law that I were to practice. In Europe, I led an intelligence group, and I was also the senior human resources person, so I worked with multiple people from different countries all throughout Europe. In Asia, I was a human resources trainer, and I worked alongside South Korean counterparts. I've always wanted to be an attorney since I was a teenager. As life happens, an opportunity presented itself a few years ago, and I decided to take it. At Elon University School of Law, we have to do a residency program at some point in time in our 2L year, whether it be in our winter term or in our spring term. So when I was going through the residency book, I noticed the advert for BridgeHouse Law. It was international law, which I love, having lived abroad in both Europe and Asia. So with that, I was going through the catalog of the different law firms that offer spots to Elon Law students, and BridgeHouse Law jumped up to the top of my list because BridgeHouse Law has an international component. Working with offices in Germany, there's offices in Canada, and we have offices here in Charlotte, it allowed me to kind of reach out into that international component that I love. Having lived abroad in both Asia and Europe, I wanted to make sure that I could bring my unique experiences plus my global human resources certifications to the table and be a valued member of any law firm that I performed my internship with. I'm what they call a non-traditional law student. I came to law school well after having an established career. During my residency at BridgeHouse Law, I was here from January until March, and I fell in love with the practice. I love that every day was something different. I was able to interact with people from Germany, from Italy, from England. I was able to interact with people from the US as well. During that 3 months, I did everything from learning parts of immigration to writing legal opinions to be used in an administrative court someplace else, to negligence, to torts. So my day was varied all the time. It really stretched my legal knowledge. I loved my time at BridgeHouse so much from January to March that I asked if I could do a summer internship as well. During my initial residency, I worked on tort actions. I worked on immigration matters. I got to research wills and trusts and estates. I've got to research administrative opinions that would be used with some of our counterparts in Germany. The residency filled everything I wanted it to fill, and it truly allowed me to see what international law looks like in a small boutique firm. Thankfully, BridgeHouse Law noticed my love of international law, and when I asked if I could do a summer internship as well, they agreed. So lucky for me, I got to come back this summer and continue working on some matters that I had worked on over the winter term and see them to the end during this summer internship. The same teamwork that I saw during my winter residency is the exact same teamwork I experienced here over the summer. Part of what draws me to BridgeHouse is the people. I wanted to be exposed to genuine people, real legal problems, and have an opportunity to really stretch my legal knowledge. BridgeHouse has done all of that for me. The attorneys that I worked for here, Caitlin Becker and Thomas Joa, were instrumental in my legal knowledge success and in having an amazing internship. Another thing I loved about my internship with BridgeHouse Law was working hand in hand with the International Practice Coordinator, Yetta, and the Office Manager, Dathan. I learned a lot from both of them on how a law office works, on how the different interactions come together to create this amazing firm of BridgeHouse Law. Like, Reinhardt's brilliant. He's just brilliant. And my one-on-one time with him, I have learned a lot about how to approach a problem. And he's offered guidance on how to approach the bar. It's not often that a senior partner and the founding member of a law firm takes the time out to talk to an intern about how they're going to be successful on their bar exam. That to me is priceless. That is from the heart. Like, we've had multiple conversations about it, and that is not something that you typically see in a big firm, not that I'm aware of anyway. Like, he genuinely cares about each attorney that is in his office, about every member of his team. I think one of the things I really loved about BridgeHouse is BridgeHouse Law is a team. It's not attorneys and office staff, it's the entire team working for the betterment of the client. One of the things that I absolutely loved was at the New Year's reception, I got to meet the heads of so many global companies. The international roots of BridgeHouse Law run deep and they run strong. So for a person who loves international law, it was an absolute amazing honor to be able to be in the same room with these true international pioneers, with people who cared about things on a global level. That opportunity came to me because of my internship at BridgeHouse Law. So future me, graduated from law school, future attorney, would love an opportunity to work at BridgeHouse Law as an attorney. There are so much potential here. The clients are great, the attorneys are great, and the learning possibilities are endless.